And let's continue the Zodiac Trial, shall we? A pretty strong consensus from last time that we wanted to see bunny and dogs round on the sheep token path. So, decided bunny and dogs seem like the safest people to explore with. Awesome, the more the merrier. So are you tagging along? Neat. The two both seemed to know what they were doing. Hopefully we'd be able to efficiently work together. Let's not waste any time then. These minor trinkets aren't going to find themselves. Everyone, the same deal as last time. Before the end of the round, we're going to input a move and meet up back here. Thanks for the reminder, Alex. We'll be sure to listen. Now come on, team, let's get to looking. Group split off and the three of us began wandering the school. So where do we want to look? Let's see if we can sit. Yep, we can. Statement is false. That can't be right. Hey, I found one of the lies. Did you? I started to think I'd found the two. I'm pretty sure this one's a lie. Look, the safest ever guess limit. Yep, and we failed. Luckily, Bunny was correct with his two, and we were able to open the safe anyways. What's inside? It appears to be a bell. There's an inscripted number on it. Got this piece of paper. Second call. Oh. Use this item and it will act identical to the last item activated. A major trinket. It's an echoing effect. Basically, it can copy any other item being used. Oh. I mean, this is as good as if we found a minor trinket. Yeah, great work. Not bad. It's been quite a bit of time trying to solve this puzzle, but in exchange we found a minor trinket. A major trinket. If we kept at this rate, we'd be out of here in no time. But can it copy major trinkets too? If so, that might be our total combined escape condition. Anyway, the time's starting to get low. How about we input our actions in separate rooms and return to the cafeteria? I don't not want to do that. Hey, you know you can just say sure, right? Where's the fun in that? You have fun answering simple questions in slightly roundabout ways? Marginally so. Neat. Now let's do that thing I just said. With a still tense atmosphere, we left the forum and entered separate classrooms. That much thought I pressed the run button. No reason to do anything else, right? After that, I swiftly headed back to the cafeteria. Pretty much everyone had already gathered when I arrived. Mouse, there you are. Hey, you won't believe this good news. 2 more minor trinkets have been found. In no small part, thanks to yours truly. You're welcome. We actually found a major trinket, but it will work like a minor trinket. Yes, that's all very well and good. Now, can you be quiet? Now, could you all be quiet? They're about to show the race results. Why does it matter? Isn't it obvious what they'll show? Better to keep a close eye on them regardless. Where the discussion could continue, the speakers cut on. Round 3 is in. Now let's see how the race has progressed. Ding! 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 Oh, round 4 begins. I have an announcement to make. Sound like the hedgehog's bitches. I'm not gonna do that every time. There's an additional rule I have yet to inform you all of. A quirk of the race, if you will, that we may all be interested in. Personality? Personality unique? Right choice. However, for 2 of you, this personality is an incredibly important variable. First up, we'll talk about the accomplished personality. The accomplished personality wants to finish the race in first place, just like everyone else. However, this personality type isn't content in a big old shared victory. For this personality to be satisfied, no more than 3 animals can tie for first. Okay, so accomplished is our winning personality this time. Wait, but that means... Are you kidding? That's crazy. No. The other personality to take note of is the weak personality. Like the other personality, this personality doesn't actually wish to win the race. The animal with this personality wants to be in last place when the race finishes. If that happens, all animals except the one possessing the accomplished personality and the one possessing the weak will be executed. However, this caveat is not applicable if first place is a tie between 9 or more animals. What a farce. Does this guy think he's fucking with us? I apologize for not making these rules clear from the start. I fear you might think that this would have been good information to have from the start. And you know, you're absolutely right. Therefore, to make up for keeping this from you until now, this round will be extended by 15 minutes. Use that time to regroup. And as always, choose wisely. This couldn't be happening, right? There was no way. That bastard. There's no way that was unintentional. Let us foster a false sense of peace. And then, when we were sure about our safety, he introduced this bullshit rule which forced our hands. Now, no matter what, at least 2 people would have to die. This couldn't be right. I thought he said that if we did everything right, everyone could escape. It was our fault for believing that psycho for 1 minute. Is he serious? Probably. People are going to have to die, aren't they? Was that true? What was the point of all this? It seemed to undermine everything Brian had said up until now. Unless... Wait a second, everybody. Mouse? Something wrong here. What are you talking about? What was I talking about? I was curious. I went back to see what Mouse's personality was. Just so we'd have a clear indication of when we might end up on a mouse route, if there is a mouse route. Mouse is clever. So, not quite yet. We have weak and accomplished this time. So, another random thing to point out is that Mouse's ability technically could serve as a minor trinket in itself, which is one thing that was never really considered in any of the routes we've had so far. Anyway, we're answering this question, so let's just pick something and see if these aren't just ways of saying the same thing. Huh? Thought they were perfectly clear. No, they're not. Talked about how the accomplished personality would be executed if they failed their task, but they didn't make it clear what would happen to the weak personality. Oh, that's because they'd be executed, right? The Jade Emperor didn't make that explicit. Isn't that a weird oversight? For real? Look, just because this asshole didn't say it explicitly doesn't mean his point wasn't clear. Yes, it's not like he's bound to make his rules crystal clear. He's the one deciding whether or not we'll be executed after all. I guess. So then what's the plan, Chief? The plan hasn't changed at all. I wonder if that... Okay, that didn't seem to do anything, so maybe we did answer that wrong. I wonder if that's the trigger for a true ending. For the a screw the rules kind of route. Let's just see how this plays out first. We're going to find all the minor trinkets, and then we'll all reach the finish line at the same time. Why'd I give you Dog's voice? Hold on, isn't it a super duper bad idea not to change anything now that we know about the personality types? Now there's a really good reason for someone to betray us. I would laugh if Rooster turned out to be the weak personality. I would laugh. And how exactly do you propose he'd go about doing something like that? We've heard everyone's abilities, and there's no quicker way of moving than all of us using the minor trinkets. If the accomplished type tries to get ahead of the others before we begin using them, we'll immediately know their intentions. From there, the group can work against a common enemy and stop them. Once we get all the minor trinkets, we can make it to the finish line in a matter of 2 rounds. Even if the weak type doesn't activate their trinket, more than 9 will receive a joint victory, so their immunity will be forfeit. I suspect that is why the 9-person caveat was added in the first place. Perhaps deemed it too easy for the hateful type to win had that rule not been in place. Hateful type? So ultimately, if we just proceed with this strategy, and the 10 of us with normal personalities will be fine. Great, there's really no need to fear at all. Thank God. You're all being awfully naive. What? Do you seriously think that those burdened with this rule would simply roll over and die? they were willing to do that, they would have spoken up when we asked them to. Those with the will to survive will find some way to do so. To think they wouldn't is to underestimate the desire to live. Horse's words hung heavy. Of course he was right. If they hadn't outed themselves already, then the people facing harsher rules wouldn't be content with things operating smoothly. The air would now be plagued with a brutal sense of distrust. How could we, when traitors lurked in our midst? We had no choice other than proceeding with the plan, even if we knew something was likely to go wrong. Soon enough we had split up, looking for trinkets, and decided to check around some of the classrooms on the first floor. Evidently this was the incorrect choice. Because although I didn't know it at the time, that may be the first target in line. What? Just how I ended up being stabbed in the back with a kitchen knife. I screamed out in pain as loud as I could. Those screams actually drew some people to the scene of the crime. Unfortunately, it was too late. I was bleeding out too much. I didn't even see who stabbed me, so I wasn't even able to do some good in my death. So, that's a bummer, I guess. Excuse me? In this path, the mouse has already collected all the pieces she needs to solve Brian's puzzle. However, the ability to do something and the capacity to do it are two separate things. If Mouse doesn't connect the dots herself, no one else will. And then the race shall proceed standardly. Oh shit. Oh shit. Well. That's a little unexpected. Although I suppose we did see that coming. What should we do now? Okay, I hate to go back on the result of the poll, but I don't really want to do true end yet. So we're going to take the second place result, which is Pig and Monkey on this round. I decided that Pig and Monkey were a safe group to explore with. Oh, you're going with us? Well, that's great to hear. Indeed. I feel safer searching with someone I have history with as opposed to a complete stranger. I felt similarly. Like some of the other groups, I had zero doubts about whether I could trust these two. Let's not waste any time then. These minor trinkets aren't going to find themselves. Everyone, same deal as last time. Thanks, right, Rocks. We'll be sure to listen. Absolutely. Now, come on, guys, let's get searching. The group split up, and the three of us began to search around the school. So does anyone have any ideas about where we should look? I hold no strong preferences on this matter. None at all. It is best to move with the wind. Okay, but what does that mean? It means we've got to make a choice. I don't want to go too far from the cafeteria. How about we search over in this area right next to it? There seems to be a bunch of spaces where you can hide things here. Alright then, let's investigate over there. Let us. And so we investigated the area adjacent to the cafeteria. There were plenty of spaces where it seemed as though secrets could be hidden. Chairs, tables, vending machines. Thoroughly investigating it all took longer than I expected it would. However, before too long, Monkey called us over to an enclosed section of the area with some printers and a lot of papers. I do believe I have found something of importance. Oh! What is it? Between this printer and the wall, there is a safe. Sure enough, Monkey pointed us to said safe. It looks fairly lightweight and cheap. No doubt it is hiding something related to this game. You're totally right, Monkey. Nice going. Oh, but it's probably going to require some sort of passcode, isn't it? Darn it. I knew things couldn't be this easy. Now, do not worry yet. We know not if it is actually locked. What sort of safe isn't locked? Of course it's locked. It's better to check it first before making any assumptions. Monkey picked the safe and put it on one of the tables. He then tried to open it. Needless to say, the safe was locked. Okay then. So now we know we should be looking for a code. Obviously. Code's probably going to be near where the safe was found, right? Let's just look around there. We began to look all around the printer area. After a bit, I spotted a stack of 4 papers that caught my eye. They were labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4 in pen in the top right corner. Hey guys, come look at these. I think these papers might be clues to the safe's password. These numbers definitely sort of point to that, I guess. What are the actual clues? Look at the name for this paper. Palindrome? Like, palindromes? It's a pretty bad pseudonym, I gotta say. What does the joke name have to do with anything? I read this seemingly nonsense passage, and it turned out there were 7 palindromes in it. So maybe it's trying to say that the number in the first position is 7. It's a fucking mouse. That seems like a bit of a stretch. No, that's totally right. Puzzles are all about this sort of weird, tangentially connected logic. Okay, then what about the other sheets of paper? Well, one's by ambigram, so that's clearly looking for ambigrams. One by tautonyms, about tautonyms. But I have to admit, I'm not sure what this name's trying to say. Joey and Kang? Oh. It's looking for kangaroo words. Oh? Kangaroo words? Those are words that have their synonyms written inside themselves. Like, isolated has the word soul inside of it. And feast has the word eat inside of it. Oh, okay. I've not heard of that. I think I get it. It's an interesting. I wonder. Interesting case. I haven't actually heard of tautonyms too. But apparently, a tautonym is the scientific name of a species, in which both parts of the name have the same spelling. Like the black rat is Rattus rattus, for example. I love it. Rattus rattus. That's beautiful. Also ironic. I think I get it. Why not give it a whirl and try looking for him? Monkey and I will handle the other two. Pig handed me the paper. I understood the concept, so I figured it shouldn't be too hard to solve. Now let's read this passage. Any ordinary painter can create works of art that astound and surprise normal citizens. There's only those who can birth living works who possess the potential to truly blossom. Does bloom count as one? Into masters. Be it a painting, but honorable, nor a prince, a helpless damsel, or a devilish trickster. Evil, that's 2. The characters must come alive on the canvas. The object of the illustration, art is out of order, but it's not seemingly alive. And the creator is no better than a plagiarist. Liar? Does liar count? Right? With that house synonyms inside themselves, huh? Which was harder than I thought it would be. Figured the words probably serve the same function in the sentence, meaning that they could replace the larger word they were hiding in, and little would change. It's also the fair assumption that none of the kangaroo words would be as simple as lopping off a single letter. They might be incredibly difficult to see. Also had to look for words that seemed out of place. Clearly the passage was built to try to fit in certain words. Tried reading it once more. Not surprised, no. Any ordinary citizens. That really bugs me that I keep doing that. You've watched like my root double and whatnot. I always end up doing that, accidentally right-clicking. In this case, It's strange, because normally I right-click, I move my mouse off the screen, and I stop myself from doing it. In this case, for some reason, it, like, buffers. I right-click, before I let go, move my mouse off the screen, and let go. And then, yeah, then move my mouse back in, and it still registers. That's really weird. Also annoying. Living words possess the potential truly bloom into masters. Can create to art that astound. Surprise normal citizens, nothing. I feel like bloom is one. Prince, helpless damsel, or an evil trickster. 2. Characters become alive on canvas. Object of the liar. 3. I feel like 3. I don't think art counts. So it's in reverse. Could be. Let's see. How many kangaroo words? I'm gonna say 3. Was it this? Guys, I think I know what the 4th digit should be. The 2nd digit is supposed to be 6. 3rd digit is only 3. I wrote the safe, put in what I thought the code should be. Dang it, we're wrong. Alright, well. 4. I wonder what went wrong. Hey Mouse, could I see your sheet? Why do you think I got it wrong? Still, I let Pig take the sheet from me. In a few moments, Pig went to the safe and put something in. Well, this was a low point. Without another word, Pig leaned over and grabbed the safe's handle. Well, that's unfortunate. It wasn't 4? They like not register? Alright, well. Did you open it and sort of there was an item that looked like a token? If anyone has an idea, yeah, throw up in the comments stuff that I might have missed. Any kangaroo words you spotted that I didn't. Probably many of them. She opened it, and sure enough, there was an item that looked like a token. That is a minor trinket. Bet these digits on the back are what we need to input to activate it. The inscription, Sheep Minor Trinket. Minor Trinket was written on the token, but there were indeed also numbers on the back. Read 4376. Oddly enough, the 6 was written in red. Haunted tale, but probably irrelevant. Yes! One step closer to getting out of here together. Spectacular work, everybody! Once we have found a trinket, how about we head back to the cafeteria, input our actions for this round, and wait for the others? Makes sense to me? Yeah, I'm down. The round will be ending soon anyways. So the 3 of us made our way back to the cafeteria. After that, we briefly split up into separate rooms so we could input actions on our tablet. Of course, I pressed run again. Need to hesitate on that front. When I turned to the cafeteria, Pig and Monkey were sitting there. It was only the 3 of us there. I realized there actually was quite a bit of time before everyone would be getting here. I hope the others are all right. They probably are. I mean, they have to be, right? There's no way something bad could happen. Well, I guess there are a lot of ways something bad could happen. Ways I could ignore and thinking about. It's no pain in high school, after all. We've been kidnapped by a psychopath. We've got deadly devices around our neck. It's a bad, bad situation. I think about it too much, I'm just gonna flip. So, for the sake of argument, there's no way something bad could happen. I don't know. I just want to get out alive. As do I. I think we all want to get out alive. Is there anyone outside that you particularly feel the need to get back to, Mouse? Well, you'd know more than anyone, wouldn't you? True, but I would like you to try to vocalize these thoughts. Are you trying to give me therapy in the middle of this death game? Think of it more as a grounding exercise. Okay, then. My mother cares not about me. My friends would be really sad if I died. I have a bunch of goals that I want to see through before I die. That's the spirit. What about you, monkey? Why do you want to get out? Me? I suppose my main motivation is my obligation to all my clients. Without my consultation, I fear many may collapse. Though even with my consultation, one clearly did collapse. And there are other therapists, I suppose. That's it? Don't you have any family or friends you want to see? I was an only child. I'm not particularly close with my parents. And operating as a solo practitioner of therapy is a very tiring ordeal. So unfortunately my social life has been rather unmaintained. Save for one older confidant, there aren't many people close in my life. Oh? That's kinda sad. God damn it, did it again. Perhaps. But I am perfectly capable of living for none other than myself. Or to think of it as living untethered, without any obligations, I can really focus on doing things that interest me. And I have a lot of interests. There's so many fascinating things out in the world. Things worth learning about. The monkey's got the right idea. The only reason I want to get out alive is because I want to get out alive. So you don't have any family, Pig? Oh, I've got family. Parents and a bunch of siblings. We're not really close with them anymore. What about friends? Friends? With my schedule? I'd have trouble with meeting people if I did spend more than a couple of hours a week outside my apartment. I have people I collaborate with on projects frequently, though. Do they count? If you believe they do, then yes. Okay, then I got tons of friends. Hell yeah. That's good to hear. I think no matter our reasons, we all obviously want to get out alive. Let's do our best to work together and make that hope a reality. Well said. Exactly right. Surprisingly wholesome group we have here. Shortly after that conversation, people started to gather back in the cafeteria. I am a little sus about Monkey and her older confidant, but I'm sure that will come back when it's relevant. Mouse, there you are. Hey, you won't believe the good news. 2 more minor trinkets have been found. No, you should shut up. Guess what? So did we. Nice. Team trinket takers are on a roll, huh? Yes, it's all very well and good. Now could you all be quiet? They're about to show the race results. Why does it matter? Isn't it obvious what they'll show? Better to keep a close eye on them regardless. Right, speakers got on. Now let's see the race. Run, 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 woo! Alright. Personalities of this path are desperate. That might be Pig. Desperate personality wants to finish in first place. Wait, but that means... Are you kidding? That's crazy. Oh. And content. I could see this being Pig and Monkey. What a farce. Does this guy think he's fucking with us? Alright, choose wisely. There's no way. That bastard. There's no way that was unintentional. Washed our hands. 2 people have to die. This couldn't be right. Thought he said that if we did everything right, everyone could escape. It was our fault for believing that psycho for 1 minute. Is he serious? Probably. Then people are going to have to die, aren't they? Everyone, calm down. We don't need to descend into chaos. Seems like if there was a time to descend into chaos, now might be the one. After all we've now got two people who will stop at nothing to survive. Even if it means letting the rest of us die. That's outrageous. Indeed. Trading 10 lives for one's own is quite selfish. Who cares about the numbers? To burn the world with culturally significant art I provide was a war crime. It's not unthinkable many would prioritize their own survival. It's merely a plank of Carnades, where the scales are a bit unweighted. Everyone settle down. There is no need to resort to panicking. I have the content personality. I had a feeling. What? Seriously? No way. This is certainly a surprise. You're admitting it. Naturally, I'm admitting it. To not do so would bring the group undue stress, no? Monkey. With this, you... I struggle to get the words out of my throat. On the one hand, this revelation was a blessing. Monkey was giving herself up to the group. However, that meant that she would most certainly die. I'd known Monkey for a while. Of everyone here, she was the person I least wanted to see die. So for her to meet an end like this? What was Brian thinking? My distress must have shown plainly on my face. At ease, Mouse. You must move past this. I need to move past this? What about you? Death will come to us all eventually. I can't claim that I am not distraught at this outcome. However, it unfortunately appears that I do not have a choice. For the sake of others, even if my body wishes to reject this fate, I will give myself up. Just as I have done all my life. Luckily, I don't need to work up the courage to actually kill myself. I simply must prevent myself from acting untowardly. But will you be able to, though? Rooster! Sure, she's admitting things herself now, but it's probably just a ploy, right? She's clearing herself from the suspicion by confessing, so when things go wrong later, we won't blame her. That's not it at all. But how could you say that about Monkey? Monkey may have our backs now, but can the same be said about later when you're really facing death head-on? Seriously, guys? That'll be a lot harder than it sounds, I think. It sounds impossible, actually. So what do you suggest? You all should kill me now? That since I am going to die anyways, there's no reason to not stab me at this very moment. That would be barbaric. Yeah. We'll just restrain you, so you can't do anything suspicious. Yeah, we will? Horse, would you be a doll? Horse looked at Rooster for a moment, as if considering the proposal. Okay, either Rooster or Pig are the desperate personality. I feel like Rooster is desperate and Pig is weak. As much as I want Rooster to be the weak one. Because how hilarious would that be? If Rooster, the preening little cock, was the weak one. Then he made his way towards Monkey. Immediately I intervened. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing? I'm going to restrain her. Why are we doing that? Did we not just discuss this matter? No, a preening red-haired idiot brought it up. There was no discussion. No, Rooster just said some dumb shit per usual, and everyone seemingly went along with it. This is an outrage. Monkey doesn't deserve this at all. Now, Mouse. There's no reason to be upset. If they would feel safer were I restrained, I see no reason to refuse that. Great. Thanks for your approval, babe. Can I rescind my approval? Nope. Anyway, I thought I saw some jump rope up in the gymnasium. Why don't we tie her up on a chair with some of that? That will work well enough. And just like that, the plan to restrain Monkey was put in motion. Oh. That's really sad. That's a really sad picture. Before we knew it, Monkey was firmly tied to a chair in the middle of the cafeteria. Rooster seemed to take particular delight in the restraining process, a mildly concerning fact. Can we kill him already? Now, this should certainly satisfy everyone's fears. Now then, I would ask the desperate personality to also confess at this point. I understand how scared you are, but know that we are all here for you. Things will go much better if you speak up now. Monkey's voice was inspiring. However, her words fell flat. The rest of the room stayed silent. Come now, surely you can speak up now. Save it. While I admire your bravery and willingness to sacrifice, most aren't willing to give up everything in their life just to help some strangers. Unfortunately, this is kind of the expected result. I see. If it was a matter of actively betraying the group, most would shudder from the action. However, when action leads to one's death, betrayal by inaction is much more palatable. So then what are we going to do? We don't need to change our strategy at all. We now just need to gather 11 minor trinkets instead of 12. And we can all cross the finish line at the same time. Will the person with a determined personality try and reach the finish line before that? What if it's, say, Pig? Me? It's not me. It was an example. You could use your ability and rush ahead 11 spaces. That puts you way in front. That would be much akin to getting check in chess by crashing your queen through the line of pawns. A move that temporarily gets you in the lead will immediately end your chances of success. If Pig makes her intent to betray the group clear from the start, the whole group will team up and make sure she doesn't beat us. Therefore, it would be in her best interest to hide for the time being and look for some other opportunity to win in one strike. We have admittedly had this conversation in Tiger's Path. Stop talking about me like I'm gonna betray the group. Bottom line is that if we all stick to the plan and nothing major goes awry, then the traitor won't have an opportunity to cross the finish line alone. Therefore, we should focus on searching for minor trinkets. Let us split up and search for them now. Hold on a moment. That was an odd suggestion. What do you mean? The person with a desperate personality is still at large. Splitting up seems like a rather dangerous idea given the circumstances. Smart. I don't know what you're talking about. A single person can't do much on their own. What's dangerous is not finding enough minor trinkets in time. We have ample time and have been making fine progress. Splitting up only increases the risk posed. Bad things could happen if everybody is split up. I doubt it. We're to school and everyone's on guard. Ox, you idiot. A naive take. Excuse me. I must say, Ox, it feels weird for me to be this aggressive, but your suggestion strikes me as rather suspicious. It is the type of thing someone plotting something would say. Is that so? It appears that even tied up you intend to sow discord. For everyone's information, I am the last person who would do anything untoward in this building. Insert footage of Ox killing Bunny and drinking his blood. If you're accusing me of being the other traitor, Monkey, I'll have you know you're gravely mistaken. I never said you were a traitor. I just said the proposal sounded like you were scheming something. Things could take an ugly turn quick if someone did step in quick. Felt a bit bad, but in this argument I had to support. Ooh. Well. At time of recording, the poll in question was getting really close, but it started out with Ox having a big lead. I suspect once you've seen the context of this choice, you will have wished you had voted different. I know which choice I leaned towards in this instance. And realistically, it's an argument that you would probably agree with if you knew the context of it at the time. Because it's an argument that you yourself have made in the comments several times now. But while the lead has drawn close to even, I'm still calling the poll in Ox's favor. Monkey, I think you're going a bit far. Ox's suggestion is perfectly benign. I don't think you can say he's planning anything because of that. Apologies. I may have overstepped my bounds there. I mean no offense, Ox. Just on the lookout. It's fine. Anyway, Ox is probably right. The sooner we find the minor trinkets, the sooner we can get out of this place. I say splitting up is the way to go. I agree. It makes a lot of sense. Same with me. Very well then. It appears that the group has made a decision. It is not my place to intrude. Make a decision we had. With the objective of finding minor trinkets clear, we all split off, planning to reconvene in the cafeteria at the end of round 6. Hopefully we'd have found 10 or 11 trinkets by then, and like that we'd be home free. For my part, I decided to check around the second floor. I hadn't looked in the classrooms on that floor enough, so I tried poking around as much as I could. In this one math classroom in particular, I really tried to check every single nook and cranny. I'm Miles Edgeworthing this shit. The room seemed significant, so I thought I might find something here. However, a thorough search turned up nothing. I wasn't able to look in the room's closet, but that seemed to be locked by the school, not the Jade Emperor. Beyond that, I covered every inch of the room. I even got up on a desk and looked at the ceiling tiles. The ceiling tiles throughout the whole building were interesting. They were connected to a grid, and if you pushed hard, you could break them off the grid. Pushing up on those tiles revealed a little dark area between this ceiling and the ground of the floor above. Nothing was up there, not to my surprise. Honestly, I checked that area out more out of curiosity than anything else. So where to look next? I suppose this hallway is as good enough as anything else. I made my way up into what looked to be a Spanish classroom when I ran into somebody. Oh, Sheep. Didn't expect to see you here. Mouse! So you're looking around here too? Oh, this is where Buddy found Snake's major trinket. Indeed I am. Care to search together for a bit? You don't mind me hanging around you? Not as long as you remember to keep your mouth Where did that come from? I'm kidding, obviously. Gosh, Sheep, you really have to learn to take a joke. Oh, right. Of course. A real crass joke. Anyways, have you found anything yet? Do you mind me hanging out? That's a hell of a joke. Oh, do you mind me hanging out with you? Only if you shut the fuck up. God, I'm joking. You seem to have already been searching this classroom quite a bit. Oh, well, I found a few things that are odd. The globe on this desk, for instance. It's, not actually accurate. The whole thing is flipped horizontally for some reason. So the globe's a misprint? I guess so? I also found a deck of cards sitting on the teacher's desk. There are some marks on the sides of the cards, if that matters. Maybe they were used in a rigged gamble. You think? No, of course not. Oh. Find anything else? Oh, well, I'm not sure if this is anything, but I can't help but take notice of the student list for this class. I mean, there's a list of 20 names, but each name has a student number listed next to it, and they're all out of order. So that's weird. And that's it? That's all you found? Yeah. Are you, disappointed? Not really. This is to be expected. It is? Let's just keep looking around. Maybe we'll find something useful. Got it. In fact, we went to work looking around the room for anything Brian might have hid. You know, Sheep really had a sharp eye to catch those odd details. Which made the fact that she didn't find the rather large and obvious safe before me even more peculiar. It wasn't hidden that well, just behind some textbooks. Well, here's something. Could I, Mouse? Look what's written on the tape attached to this safe. Remember this. 1058S112C139HD246711. What is that? It could be a hint for the safe's passcode. Well, obviously, I mean, what is the hint? Oh, I don't know. I know you don't, it was rhetorical. What the hell's got you so saucy today, Mouse? Man, these safes really are everywhere. I wonder if Brian got a discount when he ordered these in bulk. 1058 S112 C139 HD246711. No, it's not ringing any bells. Yes, of course. Know any serial numbers or, fucking, item lot numbers or anything? Yeah. Although... Sheep, it seems like your previous search wasn't a waste of time after all. It wasn't? No. Well, most of it was. But there was something you mentioned that was useful. Jesus, Mouse, what the fuck? What is the useful thing Sheep found? Dude. Student list? An odd student list you found. It had numbers since all the students had a class number, right? Right. Also, it had letters since students had letters in their names, right? Right. This code also has both letters and numbers. Uh-huh. So it's probably some code that requires the student list to solve. Oh, that makes sense. So what's the code? I don't know. Huh? Sheep girlfriend, you think I'm gonna do all the work here? Well, just to sit around and sass you? Jesus. You'd pitch in too. Oh, well. You know what? Ox wanted us to split up to save time, so here's what we'll do. You stay here and crack the code, and I'll keep looking for other things. What the fuck? Let's just see. The deck of cards needs to be properly arranged if we want to see what it's really telling us. Really telling us? Look, this isn't a random string of numbers and letters. It's actually two strings combined together. Oh! First, there's the string 10, 5, 8, 1, 12, 13, 9, 2, 4, 6, 7, 11. That's referring to the 13 card ranks. When it's a stand-in for these, well, 11 through 13 is Jack through King. Mushed in there is also should. Spades, clubs, hearts, diamonds in that order. Oh shit, oh, alright, this is right. Wants us to do is arrange the 4 suits cards in this first string's order. Then we put the 4 stacks of suits in the order of the second string. And that'll give us the code, silly. Look, just watch me. I went and grabbed the deck of cards Sheep had pointed out and began organizing them on the nearby desk. It didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would to organize everything. Once I had put the cards in order, I looked at the side of the deck. Sure enough, the seemingly random marks now revealed themselves to be a code. 4005. Went over to the safe and punched those digits in. Voila! Great work, Mouse! I try. Anyway, let's see what we have here. I reached in and found a vial of some clear liquid with digits on the top. I also grabbed a printed out note. Began to read it aloud. Kafka's toxin. There it is. Use this item once per round on any player not in front of you in the race. By doing so, they will be notified that they have been poisoned. They will know that they will die at the end of the next round unless they find the antidote. The antidote they need to drink will be randomly selected from a variety of pre-selected options. Whoa. However, the fact of the matter is the antidote will doom them, not save them. The victim calmly accepts their fate and intends to die. Nothing will happen. Whoa. Nothing will happen to them. However, if at any point they drink the antidote, they shall be executed. So, I'm not loving this. This is a horrible item. Yeah, this one really blows. But hey, at least we found it before the trader, right? I guess. Look, I'll hold on to the vial, and I'll just not look at the numbers on it, okay? Okay. I pocketed the vial and the note. Doubted either would be useful, but better safe than sorry. Well, looks like we found all this room has to offer. Looks like it. Guess we should split up and keep searching the school. Guess so. I want to check something a second. Okay, the way that Kafka's poison was presented, pretty sure that contradicts how it was presented in Ox's route. In Ox's route, Ox drank pig's blood and avoided being executed. Never intended to die. But in this route, when we are getting it, the antidote is supposed to doom you, not save you. And the antidote was the blood of the person who poisoned you. The note we got clearly says that if the poisoned one calmly accepts their death, then they don't die. But if they try and drink the antidote, they die. That clearly didn't happen to Ox, so... Is this changed just in this specific instance, this specific timeline, or is this an actual whole? Anyway, guess we should split up and keep searching the school. Guess so. You know what I like about you, sheep? You're easy. Why are you being mean to sheep? That we both made our way out of the classroom and began walking in separate directions. Sassy mouse. So it was near the end of the round, I found a nearby classroom and took out my tablet. At this point, I wasn't even giving the option a second thought. What to do? Easy. Click the run button. Simple as that, really. Afterwards, I thought about where else to look. Figured the third floor hadn't been covered much, so I decided to make my way there up to the nearby staircase. Wandering the third floor hallway, I ran into Rooster. Oh no. Oh, Rooster. Nice to see you up here, I guess. Likewise, Mouse. I must say, no disrespect to our dear friend Ox, but splitting up has made things awfully dreary. I haven't seen another soul in quite some time. Think about how many possible words I have left unspoken due to my solitude. Truly, it's a crime to rob the world of your conversation. Yes, you get it, Mouse. Well, I want to search around here together for a bit. I know splitting up is more efficient, but there's no harm in working together for a time. Oh. Ah, breaking protocol, are we? I love it. Let's let out our inner bad boys. Let's... Come, I was just about to check out this classroom. Followed Rooster into a nearby classroom. It was a nice American history classroom. There was a thick carpet on the ground, various desks strewn about, and a bunch of dates and terms written on the blackboard. Without much delay, we got to looking around the room. Didn't take long before I found a familiar-looking safe in the closet. Hey, Rooster. I think I found something. Ooh, what is it? Another safe. One written in tape on the top is a message. Number of mistakes. That must be the hint. Rooster was making his way to the safe. I turned around and looked at the blackboard. I knew what to do. Okay, this is simple. We need to look out the numbers that are actually mistakes. The 4-digit code, so there's probably 4 of them. There's a lot of dates written here. Something has got to be wrong. That's what we need to look at. Unfortunately, I'm a little rusty on my American history. Looking at things sequentially, it seems as though everything is in order. Which means we have windows in which the inaccuracies could be operating in. Say, do you see any good textbooks? Probably cross-reference all of this with one of the... I heard the clicking sound of a safe opening. I turned around, and to my surprise, Rooster had already managed to open the safe. What the... Rooster, what did you do? Who, me? Oh, sorry, you're saying a lot of stuff that seemed boring, so I kind of tuned you out. I do that a lot. Anyways, the tape said number of mistakes, so I guess the password would probably be the number of mistakes on the blackboard. There probably couldn't be too many mistakes, so I started with 0000, then went with 0001, and kept making my way up. Turns out there were 4 mistakes, because 0004 worked. Ah. Big brain. Good work, Rooster. Well thought out. Oh, thanks. Now let's check the safe. Without another word, I pushed by Rooster towards the safe. Looked inside it and saw 2 things of note. One was a needle, the type you might find in a sewing kit or a medical pack or something. Rather benign object, but its presence in the safe drew my concern. What was more concerning was the sheet of paper I saw sitting in the safe. Great, another note of Brian's. I grabbed it to see what was written on it, but immediately something jumped out at me. Unlike the previous message, this was not typed out, but written out in blood. Creepy. Guess Brian wanted to set the scene. That theory was confirmed as I read the title of this sheet of paper. What? How to perform the ending ritual. Fun! I decided to read more. First, the stage must be set. 12 chairs, 1 for each animal, shall be placed around the room. The first will align with the red stars. The rest shall be 3 feet from the others in a perfect circle. In the center, a stool shall rest. On it will lie the ritual needle and a bucket of oil. Before it begins, no light shall be able to enter the room. Once the darkness has taken over, the animals shall find their spots. Mouse will sit on the stars. The rest in order, with one key exception. Well, the monkey and sheep must not be in contact. They shall trade each trade places with their other partner. When everyone is in position, the circle shall be completed, all hand in hand. Then the choir of the damned shall begin to sing. Under their chorus, no others shall make a sound. The choir of the damned. Oh, is this mouse route? Instead, the mouse shall make their way to the center and bleed into the gathering pot. After returning to their position, the next in line shall follow, and so the clock will dictate. With dictate? When all have contributed an equal amount of their essence, the choir shall fall silent, and the ritual shall be complete. If successful, at the end of the round, every single animal shall proceed to the final space. Be warned, this tome is a precious gift. Ritual may only be attempted once, so take caution. I've read the bizarre note a few times to try to understand. Noticed Rooster was looking over my shoulder, so I handed the paper to him to see what he thought. So, thoughts? Man, I'm pretty. Well, first impression, this doesn't pass the Bechdel test. Like, not at all. Would you get serious for a moment? If I'm interpreting this right, we just found a way to end this game right now. Whoa, really? Yeah, really. I mean, if I'm interpreting that right. If we carry out what's written there, we'll be brought to the final space. That's gotta mean on the board. That we can all finish together. I like your thinking, Mouse. It appears the end is in sight. I guess, but that's only if we can even set this whole thing up. That an easy cheat like this would be given by Brian. There's probably some catch. We should at least try to assemble it, right? Absolutely. First things first, we need to arrange the chairs. First we'll align with the red stars, huh? What the hell could that mean? I have no idea. Could be a metaphor. Or a simile, I could never tell the difference. It's not hard to remember, you use the two in pretty different contexts. Well, that's the problem, I presume. Actually, stop. It's a really dumb pun coming up, and I'm just not about that right now. If you know, it would have been a really cool pun. Anyway, what's Brian's obsession with red stars, anyways? First he scribbles them on the carpet, then he talks about it in a poem. Like, what's the deal? Stars aren't even red. Wait, there are stars on the carpet? Looked around on the floor, and sure enough, at the end of the room I saw 4 red marks. At equal distance from each other. This is it. Without explaining myself, I grabbed a chair from one of the desks and aligned its legs with the marks on the floor. As expected, a perfect fit. Okay, this is our starting position. If the chairs are each 3 feet from us, right? And we need to make a perfect circle? Ooh, there's a yardstick over here. We can use this. Good eye, Rooster. From there, Rooster and I got to work. We pushed all the desks out of the way and began measuring out the other chair positions. With a bit of work, we created the perfect ritual setup. Okay, this is starting to look good. I need to sit on the chair with the red stars, and I guess everyone else will just sit in animal order. Oh, but there's that weird clause about monkey and sheep, right? Yeah, that seemed pretty bit jarring. What if sheep is the desperate personality? And that's why they need to switch places, because monkey was the, content. I think. Yeah, that seemed a bit jarring. If I were to guess, there's probably a smart person reason for why Brian decided to include that. Probably a reference to some book or something. Fucking nerd. Anyway, it's not a big concern. This means that the order should be ox, tiger, bunny, dragon, snake, sheep, horse, rooster, monkey, dog, pig, back to me. We don't need to lock hands in darkness. If that's the case, we should close the blinds, right? Good thinking, do that. As commanded, Rooster began to close all the blinds, even the one above the door's window. We can save turning the lights off for later. Right. Here's where things get tricky. We need a stool in the center of the circle. Oh, there's one over there. I got it. Without even being asked, Rooster moved the stool to the center of the circle. It seemed to be getting getting into decorating his very own ritual. We need the needle, which I guess we're going to use to draw blood. Ew. Agreed. But necessary. Who's to put the needle on the stool? We also need a bucket. Oh, there's a bucket of pencils on that teacher's desk. Rooster walked over and grabbed the bucket of pencils on the desk before pouring all the supplies in it out onto the floor. The tricky thing is the oil. I think there's oil in this room? How would oil be in a classroom? I don't know. Everything else was in the classroom. Smooth brain, but the smooth-brained approach in this case is actually paying off, so good on you, Rooster. You're earning your keep today. I respect that. You're actually kind of starting to endear yourself to me a little bit. You're still a cock.